So before we actually do any exercises for the muscles of the feet, what we want to do is align the bones in their proper stable positions. Most people, from wearing standard modern footwear, their toes are going to be compressed like this. If this happens, that means that these bones up here are out of alignment, and that means that these joints will be unstable, and that means that these muscles will compensate and they'll be inactive. So the first step is to align the bones of the foot so that the joints are stable, so that the muscles will start firing again. So the moment that the bones are in a good position, your muscles will instantly become stronger. So we need to focus on that first. So what you want to do is go on Amazon and buy some of these gel spreaders. I will have a link in this video to show you guys my favorite ones. This one you can wear around the house when you come back home from work or school, and this is a great starter toe spreader. Another very safe method of repositioning the foot bones is with toe spreading socks. These are super cheap on Amazon and they do a great job. You can wear these while you are sleeping or at any other time of the day. These ones you can't really walk with, but these ones you can. These are very safe. These ones might stress out your toes at first and make them very sore, but these won't as much. I would be careful with sleeping with these at first because they can cause some pain if you are not used to wearing them. So slowly over time wear these for longer amounts of time. And the last method is correct toes. These things are awesome, but you need to use the other toe spreading devices first before you use these, because these can be quite a bit strenuous for most people. This toe spreading device can actually work in your shoes, but you have to make sure that you have a shoe that's wide enough in the front of the shoe so that you can actually wear this. A great example is Ultra Provision. They have a huge toe box in the front and your toes can actually fit inside that. Most shoes will not be able to accommodate for correct toes, so you need to buy new shoes if you want to use correct toes properly. If not, you're going to have some pain on your pinky and pain right there, and that's not fun. Also, your toes will be very sore, so ease into correct toes. Be careful. You got to do a slow, gradual progression. The next step of having strong feet and arch muscles is to have a zero heel drop shoe. All the Ultras are zero heel drop and they're awesome. And so zero heel drop means that there's no heel elevation. So right here is the same thickness as right here as the same thickness as right here. Most shoes have a huge heel and it's very small up here. That's bad. And it makes your feet very weak. Also, you want to have the shoe completely flat. If it's excessively like this in the front while you're relaxing, that's also going to make the arch muscles super weak. So you need to have a very flat shoe. I find that the Nikes are great if you're just starting out because there's a slight heel elevation, but it's not much, and it makes for a great transition to Ultra shoes. So check out these kinds of Nikes. They're like the Nike Freeze, and they have like the cutouts so that they bend a lot. These will make your feet a little bit sore, so I would ease into using these as well. But great shoe. The next thing that you have to look for is a wide toe box. You need those toes to be able to splay outwards with every step so that they can dissipate force into the tissues upstream, or like in other joints also. So you really need a big wide toe box, huge. So put your foot on top of it and make sure that your toes can actually fit inside the shoe. If not, do not buy that shoe. You need room in the front. Also, try loosening up your shoelaces. A lot of people have them on too tight, and if your foot bones are not able to move and they're super static, they will not be able to absorb shock, and then the muscles can't do their job and you'll have problems. So make sure that the shoelaces are not super tight, and make sure that there is some looseness and some give, and you can slip them on and off without tying them. The final step is actual exercises for the feet. So this is where we do actual muscular re-education and coordination exercises. So the first one that I like to start with is press your big toe into the ground and then lift up all the other toes, and then slowly press into the ground. You want to hold this until your muscles are completely fatigued, and you will know that you are done. The next exercise is pushing the toes into the ground and lifting up the big toe, and then slowly lean forward and try to bring your arch up and then bring your arch down. Bring your arch up bring your arch down. The next exercise is lifting up all the toes and holding it for as long as you can. Now this exercise is going to be a little bit of ankle exercise as well, and what we're going to do is we're going to try pronating the feet and supinating the feet. So pronating is like this, ankles roll inward and the arch collapses, and then supination is where you spread your toes and then the arch rises and the lower leg bones or the tibia externally rotate and go like this. And so this is called supination, and then this is called pronation. Pronation, where the arches collapse and the tibia or lower leg bones internally rotate. So go back and forth between this right here. And try to hold it really strong when you're doing supination. Like engage as many muscles as you can and push your toes into the ground super hard. For this exercise, all you have to do is simply press your toes into the ground as hard as you can while they're spread a little bit, and then lean your body forward with straight legs, and then push your body back. Okay, so lean forward, press into the ground with your toes, and then lean back. If you want to make any of these exercises harder, simply go on one leg and then push your toes into the ground and redo the exercises. So you can do press the big toe into the ground, press all the other toes into the ground and lift up your big toe, doing the pronation, supination. All of those ones that we just mentioned you can do on one foot, and it will be a lot more harder. Once your muscles start firing and you do the other exercises for a couple weeks, you will be able to do what's called a short foot exercise. And so what this means is that you just engage all the arch muscles and make your foot shorter just by engaging the muscles. So what you want to do is focus on getting the metatarsal pads right here and the heel to become shorter and just squinch up a little bit. And so it's really hard to explain though, but when you try it, you just want to make your foot just scrunch up and bring that arch up as high as you possibly can. And it's not so much pushing the toes into the ground, it's really bringing this part to this part, just by clenching up all of the muscles. It takes some time to do this one though, and the other ones will help you do this exercise. If you want a super hard exercise, take both your feet and then put them on the edge of a stair and then do calf raises. And should not be attempted until you've been doing the other exercises for a good amount of time. In the following months of doing these exercises, your feet will start to feel very different, especially when your toes start to spread. You'll feel that your muscles are more active, more agile, and you'll feel with every step your feet move a lot more. A lot of people, when you wear those shoes for a long time, they become so static and they just stay that way. They're like these dead pieces of flesh that just hit the ground and flop and flop. When those muscles are strong and agile, your walking gait will change. It can actually change the position of your pelvis, especially when you have the zero heel drop shoes and the muscles are mobile and your arch has risen. You'll put an external rotation on your tibia or lower leg bones, which will put your knees outward a little bit, and it'll put external rotation on your femur bone or your thigh bone, and it'll put your pelvis in a more backwards, more stable situated position. So these are very beneficial for knee pain, ankle pain, hip pain, back pain. Another aspect to consider though with these exercises is making sure that your pelvis is in a good position, because if your pelvis is tilted forward, what happens is that the arch naturally has a tendency to collapse. So if you sit in a chair all day, your pelvis will be tilted forward because that's the position that it is in when you're sitting down. And so what you need to do to undo this is stretch out the back muscles, stretch out the hip flexors, and then strengthen the abdominals and strengthen the glutes. Or you could just walk around all day. Get off your butt, get out of work, and start walking. Walk for a few miles every couple hours, and it will be very beneficial. So let me know what your results are in the comments section below, and thank you so much for watching. Alright, take care. Bye.